Sure feels good to be a winner.
Daniel, I had to put that clip on there. Welcome back to the In Off the Bench podcast. We've been on a little break. We've been in Omaha taking care of business. Daniel, what a blessing, man. The team that we have had the most guests on from every single season has brought home the crown. And, of course, it's my LSU Tigers. But I could do a whole episode on that. But welcome back, everybody. Daniel Ball is joining us and our new co-host, Ava Garza. Daniel, how you doing first?
I'm good, and I was pleasantly surprised that you put, LSU in the new intro for the season. I like that, and I'm not surprised that LSU won it all, and we had the most guests from LSU on the show. Just coincidental? I don't think so. Not anymore.
Not anymore. No more coincidences. Ava, you were there. How are you doing?
I'm great. Even better now that we're national champions, so I'm feeling pretty good.
Absolutely. Jake said it best. It feels good to be a winner. Well, we're going to be talking to a winner tonight. We're going to be talking to Axton Westmoreland from Hernando, from EBC. But before we get into all that, we got to pay bills. And Daniel, there's nobody better I know to plug the sponsors than you.
Hey, man, everybody's got lights on, so we got to make sure we keep those lights on. So we got to give our sponsors their due. Jesus One Apparel, empowering men, women, and children to follow the message of John 16:33. Jesus won and continues to win each and every day. Jim got the Jesus One apparel on right now. Can't see it.
Hernando colors.
Let's go. Obviously, shout out to Chinook Seeds, 8 flavors, mild to wild. Go to your local gas station, grocery store, convenience store, pick up the best sunflower seeds in the game. Let me tell you something, Jim. Just because baseball season is over, that doesn't mean you got to stop getting your seeds, because they're the perfect pick-me-up, whether you're on the field or in the boardroom signing deals. Chinook helps you get the job done. So make sure you're picking up your seeds.
I mean, I hate to, beat a dead horse, Daniel, but those were the seeds that were in the LSU dugout. I'm just saying.
Just saying. No big deal. Just saying. And finally, Old Dominic Distillery. Experience 150 years of tradition in the heart of downtown Memphis, from bourbon to vodka, whiskey to gin. Old Dominic's got you covered. Stop in today for a tour or to pick up your favorite bottle. And with that, Jim, we can keep the lights on for another episode, brother.
Yeah, welcome on, Axton, man. How you doing?
Been pretty good. Been pretty busy lately. Been good.
So, Axton, where are you from?
I'm from South Haven, Mississippi, and currently living down here in Senatobia, going to Hernando. It's been good.
Daniel, the question is, he said like 4 places. I don't know where you can even ask about.
I mean, I'll just say, okay, in the general vicinity that you claim your stomping ground to be, Axton, like what's the claim to fame? Like, if I come visit there, where are you taking me? What are we doing? What are we eating? What are we seeing?
I take you down to Senatobia where I live, and probably go fish. Got some nice ponds out here, bunch of fish. Probably cook some steak on the grill.
Are we?
Just have a good time.
I mean, we can't eat what we catch. What's up with that?
I don't know. You like to eat bass? I don't know.
I'll try everything once. Let's go.
But bass ain't bad to eat. They're pretty good, but I don't typically eat them that much.
No.
He could have plugged his own dad's spot in Senatobia, but he didn't. I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, we couldn't go to Woodchuck's, that's some axes.
That's what I'm saying. Now his dad got a place we can throw axes, and he didn't even throw it out there.
Yeah,
man, you just don't know me that very well, Axton. Talking about fishing, we could have been throwing axes. Come on, man.
We can get a pizza spot too. We got some pizza and throw axes. It's fun.
All right, so go ahead and plug. Now the opportunity's there. So plug your dad's spot for those who might be listening and don't know.
Owns a spot called Woodchuck's down in Senatobia, Mississippi. It's on Main Street, and Retro Dough is right beside it. It's a pizza place, dough axes. It's a fun little place set up down there, and it's good for people coming out.
There we go, Daniel. So if you come to Senatobia, that's where we're going.
Fishing, axes, pizza. All right, I can get with that.
Ava, you ever been axed on?
I can't say that I have. I've seen it everywhere, but I don't know if I had it in me to ever try.
All right. Well, you gotta go there. You gotta throw axe. I feel like you could do it. I mean, you feel like you're a gamer.
Yeah. I feel like I got it in me. So, Axton, we've heard about your dad, but tell us about the rest of your family.
I got a little sister. Her name's Amory. She's 12. Actually, I don't know what she's doing right now, but I got a dog. His name's Archie, and I got my uncle's living here right now. He's got a new job. That's pretty much it. I got one sibling.
So you are a 3-sport athlete, but who's your favorite athlete to watch?
I like watching Bryce Harper play. Out of all of them, just the way he plays the game is very competitive. He's a really cool person to watch play.
So big on baseball, obviously, but Prep Baseball Report has you ranked as #1 player in the state of Mississippi, and that's no small feat. So does that add more pressure or does it add confidence?
It definitely adds pressure, but I do like the pressure. It just makes me want to perform better and keep getting better just to keep that spot and where I am.
I mean, not only are you #1, in the class, but like, come on, bro. Like, you play basketball, you play football, you play baseball. I always like to ask when you get a multi-sport athlete on the show, do you think that playing multi-sports makes you better at baseball, or do you think you should like like a lot of other athletes specialize in one sport to be really good at that one sport?
It definitely makes you more athletic in all three. It makes you – I play other sports to get better at baseball, to become more athletic. It helps with a lot of things, but I think it's really good to play multiple sports.
Yeah, I'm assuming baseball is your sport, but like, is there one that is more fun or one that you enjoy more? And that's a weird question to ask, but we've had guests on here all the time. They talk about, I'm best at baseball, but I have more fun playing football or basketball.
Yeah, that's not me. I just like baseball. I don't know. It's weird. I just love baseball. It's just really my sport. It's just what I love. I don't know.
I mean, if I was #1 in the state of Mississippi, I'd love it too. If I was #1 at anything, that'd be my go-to for sure. So you're outfielder, you're a pitcher, you're 6'1", 180. I mean, going in, what do you like more, the pitching side of things or the hitting side of things?
I like to hit. I love to hit. Pitching is just I work on pitching, but hitting's my favorite. Hitting's is
he's batting 450 on the season. I love hitting too, Daniel.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Do you think all right, so we've got to like really like think forward here and kind of predict the future, but I've seen stats before, I've seen like rankings before, and you're probably going to play college. Let's be real. Like, you're probably going to move, into the next level with this. Is college something where you're okay with having to specialize in one or the other, being a hitter and a position guy, or just being a pitcher? Or is college a place where you're looking to be able to do both?
I would like to do both, but I don't know. That's a tough question. I love hitting, so if I continue to progress in pitching and hitting, definitely a two-way. But if pitching kind of falls off, I'll definitely get better at hitting and become a hitter and an outfielder.
Definitely. What you got the right mindset, man. Whatever's going to get you on the field.
And he's a lefty, Daniel, so he's got that going for him.
I mean, he's got the sweet swing. He's lefty on the bump. I mean, doesn't get much better than that, Axton, dude. Like, can I have a little bit of that? Just sprinkle a little bit over here. I'll take.
I tell you what changed
any
my
of that
perspective on all of it, Axton, was we had Paul Skeens on early into the fall of his career at LSU that first year, and he was doing both at the time. But he talked about he wishes he had more time to specialize in one. And Daniel, we saw how that played out once he focused on just pitching. So I think a lot of times it just depends on school's needs, right, Daniel? If you go to a school where they need you to do both, but if you have the ability to focus on one and can be the best version of yourself at one, it just seems like that's the route to go.
Jim, Ava, I'll ask you guys, I just thought about this question. If you're a high school prospect and you're looking for, like, do you make yourself more marketable from an NIL standpoint if you can do both? Or being really good at one or the other, does that get you more from the NIL side? Because from a marketing standpoint and from a value standpoint, it seems like if you're good at two things, you would assume that would be more value to a team. But sometimes that's not the case.
I was going to let you go first, Ava, unless you want me to.
I don't know. I mean, I can see both sides. I mean, I can see where specializing would feel or like seem like the right thing, but I also feel like if you can do both, I don't know. I mean, social media brain, I feel like on socials they'd be like Axton Westmoreland who bats and pitches, and like I feel like that's more of a social media grab and kind of a eye drag, I guess, on socials if you can do both.
To me, it's the hitting, Daniel. I know the bombs are what make the money. I know that those are the biggest highlight reels. If he can hit, that's what you sell.
What do you mean? A 2-to-1 pitcher's duel don't do it for you?
It does it for me personally. You know, I prefer pitching, but I'm telling you right now, he even said Bryce Harper. We know how Bryce Harper gets known. It's those upper deck shots that he's hitting.
Yeah.
I mean, if you really go back to it, man, Bryce Harper had an arm, man. He was behind the dish for a hot minute.
Yeah, he
could those folks. So
he went all Ike Irish on us, you know, decided, you know what, I want to be more than a catcher.
I want to have some longevity here. Let me get off
running that clip back. Ike Irish from Auburn, who was maybe the best catcher in the SEC, just decides he doesn't want to be catcher anymore. And he says on our show, I don't want to be the fat guy behind the plate that's unathletic. I was like, well, he just threw every catcher under the bus.
Yeah.
Yachty's quite being the fat catcher behind the plate. He'll take that all day. But Axton, man, EBC guy, Ed Easley, we've had him on the show. Obviously, we know the caliber of competition that you guys play with EBC. You're traveling a lot. You're doing a lot of things. But to date, you know, what is the biggest tournament for EBC that you've played in?
I'd probably say the national championship we were in a week ago. That was 168 teams in it, made it to the top Elite Eight, and it was a huge tournament. It was really fun. It was 6 days long. I couldn't ask for a better tournament, better competition. It was awesome.
Where was that?
It was in Lake Point in Georgia.
Daniel, we've talked about this. All the best baseball takes place in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's no surprise. 168 teams. What did y'all do? Let me guess. You had pool play. You had 36 different pools. You had 6 teams in every pool. You played every team once and then got filtered out from there.
We had 5 pool play games. That one a day too. So it just went long. It was long. And then I think it was Tuesday, we played 3 games in a row in bracket play, and the third one ran out of gas, and we lost. Pretty bad loss too, but made it far.
But that's tough for you guys to play a game a day and then turn around and go, oh no, we're going to play a double today. And not only are you going to play a double, it's going to be 100 degrees outside, and on top of that, the stakes every time you win get higher and higher. Like that's a tough ask, man. If you win a tournament like that, even in the top 8, man, there's something to say about making it that far.
But that's
you're a good team
tournament, Daniel, that prepares him on the college level, because you know how much of a grind the SEC tournament is, or Omaha, or any of those. So that's the kind of stuff that'll prepare you, where high school baseball, you know, can only do so much for you.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, outside of EBC, you play for Hernando and Taylor Carr. We've had him on the show. What's it like being a part of such a good high school baseball where you got Lewisburg and DeSoto Central as rivals all in the area together?
It's awesome. The competition, every game is there. You can't really ask for any more. I mean, you're going to see a good pitcher. You're going to see a good lineup. It's going to be fun. A good crowd, always a good crowd. I love the crowd. It makes the game way more fun. And you can't really ask for a better competition when it comes to that schedule.
It's going to be nice not to deal with Talon Haley anymore, huh, Axton?
Yeah, he was a tough one. He was a tough one.
Ava's going to get to meet him next week. We're going to have him back on the show. But, yeah, Ava, this kid, and we'll talk to him. Axton can verify. I think even being at a rival school, he's the real deal. But, you know, Axton's going to be that guy next. We're going to be talking about him the same way. Did
you know, Axton, that your boy Jim is probably one of the best announcers that the Hernando, Lewisburg, DeSoto Central area has ever had?
Yeah, I've heard.
Straight back. He's been on the mic. Calling them up.
I've never done Hernando. When I go to Hernando games, I deliver a couple boxes of Chinook seeds, and then I just go sit there and become a fan.
Mm-hmm.
Which I tell you what, Daniel, when we talk about these teams, the Hernando team and their players, nobody gets rowdy like they do. Like, when you go to Hernando, like when we talk about home field advantage, you better be ready because like Lewisburg and DC don't chirp the way they do.
Is it students or is it just all fans in general, or is it the team? Like, give me the let me know.
It's both. It's really both. Our players aren't playing. They're making a new chants every game. They're being as loud as they can. And then our student section gets really rowdy. It's bad sometimes, but it's good.
But I mean, the first time I saw y'all, Axton, this would have been the year before you, but I watched y'all walk into Lewisburg and Stone was on the mound, and y'all rattled him just from y'all's dugout, just with the chance there on the away side.
Yeah, that's one of our. I think that's one of our best features is just how we get into the game, how always we're in it. We're always talking. We're never being quiet.
I always when I went to hostile environments, I always kept my warm up on so people couldn't know my number and they couldn't look up my name until I absolutely had to take it off.
Yeah.
So if I ever give you any advice to not give LSU baseball fans a negative thought process or to think about them negatively, never go down by the opposing bullpen to watch what our fans do to them. It's pretty malicious.
Oh, I was sitting kind of like over where Curiel plays, and right there is the opposing team's, and I was sitting there and I was like, oh, this is gonna be fun. We're gonna watch the game. It's gonna be great. We're playing West Virginia. This is gonna be fun. And my parents were with me. This is the first time that was their first experience at Alec Box, and like we were probably on like maybe the 5th or 6th inning. Then they start getting real loud. They've changed up their pitchers multiple times. I'm like, there's no way that's like the things that they're saying are real, but they are real. They're so real, and I wouldn't wish that upon anybody.
Yeah, no, you gotta have thick skin no matter where you go. But LSU is no exception. But I went down there for the first time this year because I usually don't go down that way. And my kids were sitting there, and I felt bad. I was like, golly, I don't know how they do it. Good thing I'm not a closer in college baseball.
Special person.
Yeah,
so speaking of colleges, Axton, obviously we all know you're probably going to go play college ball somewhere, whichever lucky team gets to have you. Do you already have a list of colleges that you strive to go to, some teams that you've kind of kept your eye on for forever? And if so, what's the top 5?
Yeah, for sure. I have a selection written over here on the board. My top 5 board, Tennessee at 1. I got Vandy at 2, LSU at 3, Mississippi State at 4, and I got Florida at 5. That's my top 5 schools. That's my high hope schools that I really want to go to.
That's an ambitious list right there. There is no bad teams on that list.
Mm-hmm.
So
Ava, what do you think about LSU being 3? What do we got to do to get up?
I know, like we already won the Natty. Like, what else can we do, man? Like,
got to put Tony V on the payroll.
That's what I'm doing this year. It's really good.
Well, the good news is if you need any introductions to Tennessee, we got that one for you. I got a question for you, Daniel, a while before Ava gets her next question. Speaking of Tennessee, do people not pay attention to what Tony does? So 20 dudes hit the portal, right? And I see social media and people are like, Tennessee's in shambles. And it's like, you realize they hit the portal because they went to their player meetings and found out they weren't either going to have a spot, they weren't going to get the NIL money, they weren't going to get the scholarship money because Tony's already got the next set of dudes lined up to come in.
Let me tell you something, Tennessee fans. Y'all win a national championship and then y'all forget what it's like to build programs. On top of the fact you forget that the best in the game is at Tennessee to rebuild and hit the transfer portal. Jay Johnson is good too, don't get me wrong, but like Tony V is pretty good at getting the right guys.
Yeah, so if guys are exiting, it's because there's not a place there for them.
You remember that guy Chase Burns?
Yeah.
Everyone was like, "Oh my God, what's going on? Chase Burns is leaving." Oh, no big deal. It really wasn't.
He just got called up too. He's doing
well, man. And hey, this is Axton. You'll appreciate this. This is why baseball is the most humbling sport. So in his first outing, he's as dominant as you'll ever see a guy in his first start. Strikes out the first 6 batters, all that. Yesterday in his second start, he gave up 7 runs in the first.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's baseball. Of course, they say he's tipping his pitches, but nonetheless, everybody knows that Chase Burns isn't, 7 runs in the first inning bad. But I don't know, Daniel, you pitch, you coach, like, you think that's good for him to get that out of the way early?
I mean, no, it's never good to give up 7 runs in the first inning. But
wouldn't you rather, like, he could have went 6 wins in a row and dominated and then got full of himself. He got his reality check early. Oh,
yes, but the reality of the situation, the reality of the situation is this is pro baseball, and these guys are good. And just because you had an outing of success 1 minute, it doesn't mean like the guys after that outing are any less or care about what you did the previous outing. They're there to take care of business. And if you're not good or you're not sharp, you're going to get exposed. And, fortunately for him, he had a rough day, but growing pains, I mean, he'll bounce back. He's a pro now. He's got this.
Yeah, but and like I said, they showed the footage, Daniel. Every single one of the batters was coming off talking to each other. He was tipping something because they were hitting his slider that's supposed to be money in the bank.
Mm-hmm. They were sitting on it.
You got to remember too, there's so much data analysis on these guys at this point, more so than any, like, from college and now through the developmental system in minor league ball. They get here and these guys are like chomping at the bits to expose somebody new, because the other guys find these loops and these ways around it, not the new guys. They have to learn that the hard way. But I mean, he'll be fine. Like, he'll bounce back. He'll figure it out. And if he was tipping his pitches, I guarantee you he won't next time.
Well, sorry, Ava, we did random rambling about Chase Burns.
No, I'm here for it. So we were earlier talking about the Jesus Juan shirts. I mean, we see them everywhere. We see them all over social media. Yep, Jim is repping. We love to see it. And I mean, it's kind of spread like wildfire across a lot of social media platforms. But how much does your faith in being a Christ follower play a role in your success in sports, Axton?
I lay a lot on it. I pray before every game. If I have a bad at bat, I'll even pray after that. It just helps me get through the hard times in sport, and it's really who I look to if I'm struggling, if I'm having a bad day, or if I'm feeling lazy and I want to do anything. It usually helps me get through that to have a productive day.
I can see it now. Look, this has happened with Oklahoma gymnastics, LSU baseball. We're going to get Hernando outfitted. These guys are going to come together. They're gonna start not only playing baseball, but they're gonna start praying together, start reading their Bible together. They're gonna win a championship, and it's just gonna be another story that we're gonna be able to talk about.
You were reading my mind, because I was about to say, Axton, I know a guy that could get you guys set up with Jesus One, get you just outfitted, looking right. So
I would love it.
Hey, Daniel, I got something that'll trip you out that Axton gets to be part of with Hernando. When we talk about luxuries of being in the area, we obviously had, Billingsley back when he was getting base, started up and everything. And now they're at their Gatorade Fieldhouse and got the nicest, facility and everything. These guys, when it gets to be cold outside or rainy outside, they get a nice facility to go work out in, hit the cages, all that. Hernando's living it up, bro.
Yeah, I think last year we probably went about 3 times a week, because it was just so cold. It was like 25, 30 the next day. We really had to get in the indoor and just had to get some swings in, because it was too cold to go outside on the field.
Daniel, you can give them the back in my day. We had to just play outside, man.
Back in my day, it was cold, man. No, we had an indoor facility. It was this hitting tunnel that folded up, and it fit in behind the gymnasium bleachers, and you had to roll out the bleachers and then unroll the netting, and then you could hit. But that's all. That's it. That's all we had, man. And then in college, it wasn't any better. It was just no indoor facilities. Good luck. Have fun.
Speaking of base and working out, obviously 6'1", 180. Do you have a target weight that you want to? Most guys, we talk to these guys when they're coming in as freshmen to college. They have a set weight that they'd like to be by the time they go to college. Do you have one?
I'd like to be 195 by hopefully sometime next year. I think it's achievable. I've talked to some college coaches. I've been to a camp, Northwest. I don't know if y'all know it. It's a great college. Coach said 190, 195 is a good weight to be at your sophomore year. If you can get past that 205, just because your size, that's a really good weight and size. College will start wanting you more just because your weight, more strong, taller. You have good future and all that.
And probably not done growing in height too, Daniel. You imagine he gets a couple more inches, gets up to that 205?
Not even fair. Not even fair.
I hope I grow. I need to grow. I need a little growth spurt.
Let me tell you something, Axton. You keep mashing the baseball and keep striking folks out. It don't matter what you weigh. Talent is talent, and if you can go out and perform, somebody will pick you up. I promise you.
Dude, Daniel, Connor Fennell.
Then they'll put the weight on you. They'll put you on a program, and you'll see what happens.
You remember we had Connor Fennell on like last month, and he said, "I know you look at me and think I didn't gain any weight, but go look at my picture." And we would look at, man, this dude was. I mean, he had to weigh 100 pounds, and so now being big for him is like 160. But hey, he's striking dudes out left and right in the SEC. So, like Daniel says, if you perform, it don't matter.
And what was crazy about Connor is he had like facial hair and he looked like a man. Like he looked like a child, like literally a child when we went back and looked at his photo. It was funny. It was too much, man. But actually, man, we want to end the episode with some fun, man. You want to play a little game?
Let's do it.
All right. So I don't know if you've seen it, but the trend on social media is blind rankings. Have you done a blind ranking before? Do you know what it is?
I have.
All right. So today, our blind ranking. You get to blind rank these 5 in off the bench Major League Baseball players. These were guests that came on either as a professional player or a college player, and now they've moved in bigs, and they're big time. So you get to blind rank them as I give them to you. You good with that?
Sounds good.
All right. Jim, I'm going to give them to him just like you gave it to me, straight from the top. You good with that? All right. First one is a guy by the name of Dylan Cruz. Ever heard of him? LSU player? All right. Where are you slotting in old Dylan Cruz, DC?
I'm thinking – I think 3 is a good answer, a good safe answer.
I mean, 3 for the first one out the gate is usually a pretty solid spot to put somebody. So we'll slot him in old DC at number 3. All right, the next one, Chase Dolander. Dolander, yeah. Made his big league debut. He's out there doing big things. So where are we going to put old Chase?
I think we'll put him at 4. I think Dylan Cruz is still up there.
Oh, that's.
Oh God, it's gonna be a hard list. I think Chase at 4 though is good.
I mean, you're doing a lot of hedging here because I know the names, and this could get dicey for you. Maybe not. We'll see. All right, the next one is Nick Kurtz, and Nick Kurtz is a guy that Jim has been on from his time at Wake Forest, and now prior to him going into the pros, Jim was like, "This is the guy. This is the guy."
I hate having to let my own fan base have it, Daniel, but I remember in real time, Tommy White's better than Nick Kurtz. Tommy White, no, he's not. And here we are. Tommy White's an A-ball, Daniel. Nick Kurtz has hit 15 home runs in the last 30 games for the Oakland, or not, I would say Oakland A's. They're not even Oakland anymore, for the A's.
Las Vegas. They broke ground on that new stadium for 10 years later. I don't know. We'll see.
I think we'll go with 2. I think 2. He's a dog. I think he's good at 2.
Nick Kurtz in that 2. I like it. All right, next one. This is where it gets fun. Paul Skeens. You ever heard of that guy? He's pretty good. He's pretty good.
He won the Cy Young last year. I got to put him at 1, honestly. He's one of the best pitchers in the league. I don't know.
See, here's the problem, Ava. It's going to be the wrong answer. You're clapping.
I know. I'm looking at the
But,
list.
but not only is it not the number one player on the list, he just crossed off the hometown player from the list, from his hometown.
Y'all always do this. Y'all did that to me last time at JB.
You know, and that's what we're gonna, you know, you're leaving that 5 spot open, and it sets you up for something like this. And I'll go ahead and I'll give you the initials. Number 5 is AR. That's who is AR in your area? Come on, you know AR.
Austin Riley.
Yep, World Series champ, brother. Like
First team all MLB.
I'm telling you,
he's definitely not 5 though. God,
if we had Bryce Harper on the show, we would have put him at 5. So you would have been hurting either way. Your favorite player would have been at 5, or the hometown hero is now at 5. I mean,
the real question, Daniel, is where would he put Ed Easley on this list? Can't do coach wrong.
I've never seen him play. Honestly, I've never seen him play. I've heard
he was good enough. Hey, Daniel, anybody who's good enough to Yadier Molina for the Cardinals, yeah.
I heard he's a really good catcher. I heard he was.
Well, you heard correctly, and to be honest, you know, playing time is important for you right now. So, like, regardless of how you feel, I would put him in at number 1, just to make sure.
So let me tell you about what Ed Easley did when we were in the first year of our show. So he came on the show, and he's such a competitive guy that we were at Brady Tiger. We were at his signing day for Arkansas. And he says to me, he's like, you know, how's my episode doing on the charts? And I said, you're number 2 behind Cameron James from Mississippi State. He's like, really? He was like, man, shoot me the link to my episode. I found out that he hit up all 800 email addresses in the EBC bank and sent him the episode. And next thing you know, he was like 500 downloads ahead of Cameron James. And so you want to talk about being a competitor. He was going to make sure he was the top of the charts.
Yeah.
We love a little healthy competition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it all. But with that being said, Daniel, you know who still leads the charts audio-wise because he didn't have video?
Who's that?
Austin Riley.
Oh, Austin Riley. Hey, shout out to Chance Mako, though.
Hey, number 2. Hey, you know what? Whatever y'all did that episode, I wasn't even there. You know, he has on this kid from NC State. He's not even a starter. He's on the bench. You know, I hate to describe it that way, but you know, they end up 1,200 downloads in like a month, and I was like, I don't know what y'all talked about on that episode, but it worked out well.
Whatever you're doing, keep it coming.
Yeah, I just told him, I said, hey man, I think it's time for a change. I think Coastal Carolina looks good. You know, those colors might fit you well. Like, what do you think? Sure enough, like there it is. Boom.
He made the right switch, no doubt. But Axton, man, you know, before we let you go, is there anything you want to plug or promote? Anybody you want to shout out?
I don't know. Thank you for having me on, but I don't know.
It's all good. We hit you on the spot with it, but you know, we will shout out you know, Ed and EBC. They're doing big things, Daniel. We see guys come through here all the time, whether they come on our show or just locally, and end up at the best colleges doing the biggest things. Obviously, Hernando, you know, for a long time, Daniel, we were talking, you know, DeSoto Central and Lewisburg, and then these last few years, not so fast. Hernando has been the big dog on the block. So, you know, shout out Hernando and their baseball program and the things they're doing. But Axton, man, we appreciate you joining us, sharing your story, and hopefully, man, when you do pick your college on down the road, you'll come back on and talk to us about it.
So thank you for having me on.
Absolutely. As Axton Westmoreland, everybody. Daniel, guess what? Tomorrow night, we'll be back. We're going to be talking to Omar Cerna, who just committed to LSU. So next year, he's gonna be the big-time freshman, hopefully having a season like Derek Currio. But also another announcement, Daniel. Tomorrow, me and Mike start our MLB draft special. We're going to start one of 5 players. We're going to have Gavin Keelan from Tennessee, right now projected number 14 overall pick. So be on the lookout for both those coming. But Daniel, that's a wrap. Ava, you'll be back with us tomorrow night.
I'll be here tomorrow.
I love it. We're going to give her some more airtime, folks. We need to get less time of me and more time of Ava. But in the meantime, strong bodies, sharp minds, grit and grind all the time. We are out.